here. I think that's it. I didn't do any the event. I think I was doing all the events, guys. There was so much content in Genshin I had to keep up with. I didn't even think to do stuff happening. I would have to sign off, I think, to be able to keep with that. Oi, oi! Was I not here for so long that you are giving me first shot? Wow. How unexpected. No, I. Express gift. Before. After Express has visited countless worlds and named many that I will confine it wrong. The Express crew invites all and new, title and pleasure titles, which includes the best. Ooh! I always wanted bronze. Ronya! For free! Each 300 wishes on the banner. This is just free. There's definitely to the game. Progress. Like this is we want to stop this walk. I don't know, do I? Let's open this. This thing works in small things. Just game fast. There we go. Hopefully now nothing will break. Why was I even here? Spare me the favor. Cool. So bad update, I guess. Okay. Mozilla. Have you ever tried to assassinate your superior on the Astral Express before? Assassinate? Why would I assassinate the conductor? For a challenge, fine. It seems that you have a very simple relationship between you. That is unlike my work. Here we have grudges, depth of gratitude, superiors, and juniors in one. That's too complicated. The less I know, the better. Regarding vengeance, General Fei Xiao allows me to challenge her at any time I please. I have attempted sneak attack traps in public duels, but they have all failed. If you have no experience, I can report that back. Reported what? Report back to General Fei Xiao that you have no experience with assassinating your superiors. I failed to assassinate the General again today. The General suggested that I speak to others and try to come up with new ideas. That's bold! That's crazy! Why would you accept that suggestion? I think that studying is always a good idea. Well, however, assassination techniques are all about expertise and quantity. Even if I received your advice, I would need to perfect it myself. Thank you for your response. I shall ask someone else! Jesus Christ, who is writing to me? Until the task. Yeah. I got Bronya and there was a system in the game that you could check gameplay. You could check character spells. I just got Bronya. Recommended that critical speed 80% of the network, which means critical damage speed. Inline. Blade. Why Blade? Are there no other things for Bronya? Bronya not considered a support? Ah, there's Bronya lineup 2, Bronya lineup 3. Oh, oh, different builds. CD, swap silver with premium, and I can swap CD for downtown play. This is the line. Hard set, hardcore and offense. There are no swaps for that. God, I didn't know there existed this. I thought we see that you need the 10,000 and Sonia, Danhang, Yukong, and Nakata. Basic play. Bronya Degenerate. Bronya Jinryu, Wanmei, Lost. DPS replacement instead of Jinryu is CD and AI. Hunt, Destruction, or Erodus. So I could build a team with Bronya, Fei Xiao, Wanmei. Similar replacement, Hua Hua, One, super replacement, Simeon after Yukon, Silverwolf, Hela, and White. Because I thought I saw, and I was wondering if Sonia could be helpful. I have several things. Some are random, but I need one. This is routing. This is hiding a number walking in the book. This was the safe tower. So, also, instead of a healer, you could just have a venturing as a healer. It's really hard to level up monsters. So I could have this team or alternate it with both. There's also a season farming, one, the one of the recommended one. Necopet. Yeah, two. Bro, Yamadera. Talent. After this character is basic, their next action will be outcome. If the storm debuffs from a single ally increases their damage to heal and allows them to immediately attack. Increases attack and speed damage all out. Use minor wind damage. So what is the priority? I also put on this like highest priority skill. Okay. High priority ultimate, medium priority. I think this is the top. Then this one is the custom feature. Start the moon with the clouds and sentence. That's why. Because all allies are forwarded. This gives you damage. This forward everyone. Okay, I get it.
Feeling good. I must stay focused. Feeling good. I must stay focused. Feeling good. I must stay focused.
Focus skill 1. I will be the second bed. Okay. Oh! Oh! I have no complaint. What should I do? Oh, wait. Full meditation, not enough time. Discuss your next trip with the others. Sure, why not? Wait, what is this? They changed the Astral Express? Yeah, they changed how Astral Express is. Wait, what? Is this some different level of the Astral Express? Hey! Hello, Argenti.
We meet again, dear friend. Thank you for the invitation. Please allow me to praise your sincere and compassionate soul.
Please allow me to praise your noble character. How familiar.
Looks like we understand each other. Remember that night of hallucinations? In this very familiar car, the ugly giant Sting solidified our friendship.
Okay, of course I remember. I ever remember the plant. Its real beauty is fearless. We shall meet again.
Oh, you mean that bonsai that even thrives in disharmony? What a beautiful, resilient plant, full of vitality. How is it doing? The feeling of boarding the express and seeing everyone again is simply indescribable. My dear friend, please allow me to extend my sincere greetings to the express in a way that only a knight can.
What happened to the express? How about we explore the rooms ahead of us later? What is this place, though? Like, is this another room? Yeah. Yeah, this is different room that we never had access to before. I am so fucking shocked. What is this? This luxury.
Another day with hardly any customers. I really miss those busy times. Care for a drink? Or perhaps some snacks?
Dear Nameless, welcome to the party card. Drinksmith Robot Shash at your service. Would you like something to eat or drink before chatting with me about the interesting things that happened during the trip? I'd like a drink. Your trust in my skills moves me. I've decided to upgrade your party car membership level to the highest tier. You might ask, what are the benefits of the membership tier? The answer is of course nothing. But just for my highest tier members, I will provide my most handcrafted heavenly jokes, though I have no hands for crafting. Only a level for craft cocktails, and I haven't a soul, but a heaven for the inebriated. A rare moment of rest for the nameless. This occasion deserves a delicious cocktail. Food? I just wanted to take a call.
Amphorius, the Eternal Land.
There is no record of this world in the databank, not even a mention of its name.
Yeah, that's what Miss Black Swan said. It's a world hidden away from outside observation, with a presence only revealed by the light from the mirror of the Garden of Recollection. It's mysterious, all right.
Dear.
You haven't been with us on the Express very long. Will the journey be too much for you to handle?
Nah, it's not that. Sounds scary. Can we go somewhere else? I've been on the Express for nearly 2 years now.
Huh? Has it been that long?
There is no need to be nervous. I understand that it may be difficult for us today to wrap our heads around the idea that there is a world activity didn't venture into. But a journey like that was only routine to the Express crew back then. After all, to Beyblade is to explore the universe's boundaries.
We should consider Pom-Pom's opinion too. They don't know we're considering Amphorius as a destination.
Sure, I will take care of it. That said, Pom-Pom usually stays out of discussions about destinations. The final decision will likely still be on us. In that case, we would best take the time to think this over.
Yeah! Plus, even if we pass Amphorius over, we've still got a fuel problem to solve.
That's what I thought too. Alright then, for now I will let Miss Black Swan know that we are considering the Eternal Land as a destination. Think of how this is going to be an unusual adventure. It would be good for us to take some time out to make preparations for the journey. Meanwhile, I will see if I can find out more about Amphorius from our allies.
In other words, we won't be leaving Penacony anytime soon.
Or we could also revisit our previous stops to make sure that the astral charts and navigation routes are all functioning fine. I wonder if the hole in the Tychean Stadium has been repaired.
The Express has been on the go almost the whole time since we left the space station. We have barely had any time to catch our breath. Let's take this as an opportunity to wrap up our vacation instead and make the most out of the trip. I don't trust you. Something. Several weeks later, golden hour.
Creating chaos is also a means of maintaining social stability, if you ask me.
If you have the time for mindless gossip, you're probably better off spending it on getting actual work done.
They say this is all part of ongoing investigations. But is there even any point to doing this? The threat's long been neutralized. They're just putting on a show. I mean, look at us. This sudden surge in inter-family cooperative efforts. It's nothing but a pretense for those outsiders, isn't it?
Sounds like you've got insider intel. Now I'm curious. Are the stories going around true? Was the furor that broke out a while ago really a result of trouble within the Oak family?
Those are some difficult questions. Didn't I just say that creating chaos is also a means to maintaining social stability? Now, who knows who's been fanning the flames? But there are a dozen rumors going around out there, each one more outlandish than the last.
Oh, I've heard those. Conspiracy theories about how the IPC had orchestrated everything and... what was it again? That the chaos was only quelled because of an accident? Makes no sense. So what's the lowdown?
Oh, the truth has probably been long buried under all the hearsay. All I can say for sure is that someone's taken the rap for it.
You mean the former Oak family head?
Bingo. Most of the blame was pinned on him when the Charmony Festival was abruptly cancelled. Since then, not a single soul's seen him. Heck, forget his whereabouts. Nobody even knows if he's still alive. Talk about scary. For all we know, we might have watched something go down in history, like what happened to the Black Plum family back then, without even realizing it.
I've heard another theory about that family head, though.
I beg your pardon, sirs. Dreamweavers are carrying out inspections on the routes around here, and all affected facilities have been closed off. Kindly take a detour in the meantime.
What happened? Is this because of the Stellaron? Jeez, are we Penaconians never gonna dream in peace again?
There is no cause for alarm, sir. The Stellaron has already been sealed. This is just a routine inspection. A move to heighten security, if you will. Please rest assured that the family will do everything in our power to protect the sweet dreams of every guest.
I see. We'll leave the two of you to your work then.
He is still wearing clothes of the Order.
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
Oh. Do you recall when or where we might have met?
Are you allowed to go around and brainwashing people?
My bad. I must be mistaken. Sorry about that. Sweet dreams to both of you, sirs.
You sure have a knack for stirring up trouble. Of all the routes available, you had to take the one that Bloodhound's keeping watch over.
We shouldn't run into any problems with you around. Even if they see through the Harmony's power of disguise, there'll be a way for us to escape.
Spare a thought for me, will you? Just being in your company is plenty enough to get me into trouble, Mr. Prime Fugitive of Penacony.
He ran away from prison.
And that is exactly why I need you with me. You're the only one I can rely on in Penacony now.
The only one you can rely on, huh? What about her?
At least, she was spared from the consequences of my actions.
What a shame, huh?
Why do you say that?
Just thought that being mean might be more effective than consoling you. I've seen plenty like you, eager for everyone to take you to task after a setback because that's the only way you'll feel better. As though the more they condemn you, the more likely you can rectify your mistake. That said, if I'd really wanted to hit you where it hurts, I'd use a different approach. Like a show of sympathy, for example.
You're right. I won't deny that.
She should still be in Penacony. Aren't you going to look for her?
That won't be necessary. I'm sure you already know why, considering your vested interest in reading my thoughts. I can't bring myself to see her when I'm a fugitive.
All right, then let's keep going. Helping a fugitive return to their home. So exciting.
I was a family.
Robin's Life is a Song concert while they're hot.
TikTok, please go chat with another ticker, dear guest. I wanna quit this job now. TikTok, I have to play clocky day and night, and I don't have any time for myself. I'm so envious of my friends who turned into the dream world too. At least they can be themselves. TikTok, Eureka! Since work making me miserable, I'm just going to quit. TikTok, dear guest, I'm going to escape to other dreamscapes to take a break. Bye.
Seek, and you will find.
I hope that he will be like, no, I don't want to quit my job.
I see 2 bloodhounds. They appear to be on official business, unlike the pair from earlier. What's happening at Ideen Park?
Hey! Hey! In case you didn't notice, I can't see anything.
My apologies. I forgot that you're not very tall.
Remind me, why do I have to make this trip with you again?
We've been through this. You're the only one I can turn to now. Besides, we once lived a cat and dog existence. Embroiling you in my affairs won't weigh on my conscience.
You certainly don't have much of one if you can bring yourself to say something like that.
Yet you will repay this favor all the same. After all, you're only alive today because of me. You owe me that much.
Holy moly! Can you get any more conceited?
When you were abandoned in the wild and near your end, I showed you a way to survive and helped you escape the jaws of death. When you were at your wit's end and felt lost about your future, I did everything within my power to help you safeguard your position in the family.
Okay, I get it already. You have a way with words, I'll give you that. Still, it's one thing to repay a favor, quite another to knowingly put myself in harm's way. I don't understand. Why are you hell-bent on going back to Penacony? Is this an IPC mission? Did they make you a deal? You can have your freedom back, but in return you must turn against all whom you once called family or something like that?
Regrettably, Lady Bonajade didn't drop so much as a hint about it.
Go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the mortal realm, and walk their lands. See what this world is truly like.
Hey, why did you do this?
I will not accept your charity.
As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one thing I'm best at, it's waiting. The sweet dream still continues, and the night is still long. You have plenty of time to contemplate your answer.
She only left me with a most intriguing message before setting me free. As for whether I can afford the price of my freedom, I'll only know when I find out what it is.
But nothing good ever comes out of being in the IPC's debt.
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. For now, there's still some time before that payment is due, so why not exercise the right to freedom that I've just regained?
By walking straight into a trap?
Or by making amends for past deeds.
You want to make amends? Why I'm not buying?
When it's time to go, this will be farewell for good. So, before I leave Penacony, I'd like to take some time to look back on all the events that have taken place.
Can't you just look back on it from a distance?
There's something else I want to do, too. The embryo of philosophy may have fallen, but the order in Penacony wasn't built in a day. This sweet dream is likely to still contain residual traces of the Oak family's influence.
Get off your high horse. The other 4 families are more than capable of working things out on their own.
I might have gone astray, but others shouldn't have to clean up after my mistakes.
Then you should also know that the IPC isn't gonna help you a second time. If you fall into the family's hands again, you're done for.
You know how it is. Old habits die hard. The tie should be on the center line. The shirt must not protrude from the vest. Trouser creases should be perfectly straight, and always aligned with the tips of your shoes. We should always ensure that everything is in order before walking out the door.
How funny it is that he is the embodiment of order, but he still uses the power of harmony all the time.
The same applies when bidding my home farewell, too.
But what has Ideen Park got to do with you? Don't tell me that the Founder's one of your disguises.
I'm not that old.
Oh, come on. Take a joke, will ya?
Speaking of this, what type of character is on the banner? Someday Imagine. Okay. Harmony. Why are you Harmony? That makes no sense. I know that the game doesn't have order yet, so they can't make him order. But he is the embodiment of order, to be honest. What's his sister though? She was also fun. She was not bad. Even like she was cool. Yeah, she's physical. They're both harmony, but she's physical and he's not. I wonder if this designation of their element is supposed to say something about it. Like that, for example, that Robin is more down to earth and realistic. Like, not realistic in a sense that the pessimist, no. It would be more like her being closer to humanity. Like she, with her compassion and belief in human, would embody physical then. Why his imagination would be the opposite. Like usually imagination is positive, but in his case, imagination is very, very domestic.
Sorry, but park facilities are out of order. Refurbishment works are currently underway. Please come back again later.
That sounds familiar.
I'm aware of the situation. You can skip the report.
What? What are you talking about? I mean... Mr. One Week, please excuse me. I should have recognized you earlier. I must be more tired than I realized.
I want to know what's going on in there. You'll tell me, won't you?
There's nothing much to say, actually. We Bloodhounds are just as baffled as you are. My guess is that it's simply part of the aftermath of the Stellaron incident.
Aftermath?
You are?
Renowned workaholic, Mr. Workday. He works for me. You don't know him?
You know, because his name is Sunday, and Sunday usually is a day free from work. So now they called him Workday, the opposite, like the working day. This is so stupid.
Oh, I see. Pardon my ignorance, sir. Coming back to the topic of the park, let's just say that it has been recently observed that certain behaviors are not tolerated around here.
What happens if you violate the prohibitions?
It's baffling, but corrective measures will be taken. It's kind of difficult to explain. Maybe you'd like to see for yourself?
Yeah, that works. Can you keep watch over the entrance? We'll go in and have a look for ourselves.
Please take these notes with you. They may come in handy.
You shouldn't have said that just now. It'll only make us look suspicious.
Said what?
Mr. Workday?
I was just telling the truth. I've always found this name to be more suitable for you. So, why are we here? You managed this park before?
You could say that. I was still a child back then. To become the bronze Melodia of the Oak family, I'd gone under Mr. Gopherwood's tutelage. We were taking a walk in the park like any other day, when he suddenly hit on the idea to have me manage the park. Within the domain he demarcated, my every word would hold the force of law. In hindsight, that was probably the first time that I enforced order.
You rose through the ranks soon after. I take it that you must have done a pretty good job.
Quite the contrary. I made a terrible mess of things. Fortunately, the tourists thought of it as nothing more than a spell of merrymaking.
Was that his way of training you?
Perhaps he was just using an approach with lighter consequences to show me what he'd learned in life. That there is never an ideal paradigm when it comes to rules. If the enforcer is incapable of introspection, then even regulations once laid down with the noblest of intentions will eventually become defiled. This place is no exception. The distorted after-echoes of the Order will only add to the chaos.
Let's see what we have on these notes.
Hiding Park Investigatory Rules. I will write down what I've noticed for now. I will go over things when I meet the others later. No consumption of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Only cast and crew members are allowed on the stage. Be kind to birds. Do not discard trash in trash cans. Please do not use soul glass bottle caps sold by the Dreamboat Group while experiencing the attraction. Handstand walks around flower beds are prohibited. Attention, contacts that have not been mentioned are not necessarily safe. They just have not yet been reviewed.
No consumption of food except for burgers. What?
Yeah, exactly. What will happen if we eat ice?
No consumption of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Please tell me you didn't make this rule.
I have nothing against desserts. The only reason I made that rule is so that people can learn to wait in line in an orderly manner for things, instead of shoving and jostling people around.
I'm sorry, what? That rule doesn't make it. How? How is that rule supposed to enforce people to behave in orderly manner and not shove and jostle people around in a queue? That doesn't make any sense. Sunday, are you insane?
What happens if I break the rule?
It's as the Bloodhound said. Corrective measures will be enforced.
You literally prohibited people to eat ice cream. Only allowing everyone to eat burgers. Like, how is that supposed to enforce any type of order? Like, narrowing people's options to just one food? That will only create a huge fucking queue to the burgers.
Huh. Try me.
Wait, don't!
In the blink of an eye, the ice cream vanished into 1 week stuff.
Ah. Huh. So, where are those corrective measures?
That's odd.
Didn't I tell ya? The family can take care of the issue without you having to get involved. Next on the list is the stage. Let's go and check it out. Only cast and crew members are allowed on the stage. A surprisingly reasonable rule.
Yeah, especially after the first one.
And an easy one to test. Neither of us is part of the cast or a crew member. Let's try it out.
Huh?
Let's try that again.
What's going on?
Guide those who have lost their way back onto the right path. Looks like this is an example of the corrective measures that the Bloodhound mentioned. It's exactly what I would have done back then.
You've been iron-fisted since you were little, haven't you? Wait a sec. If this is how violations are corrected, then everything that I ate just now?
I tried to warn you.
Like a drunkard commonly seen by the sidewalk, he vomited a silver on the rainbow.
How do you feel?
Now, I'm feeling murderous.
In any case, say what you will, but I can't sit by and do nothing. Not when I'm the cause of all this trouble in Ideen Park. There's no need to involve the Dreamweavers. I'll fix these distortions once and for all.
What's the plan?
Nothing complicated. All distortions have their roots. We'll be able to trace them to the source once they manifest. Breaking a few rules will do. We just need to make sure that the corrective measures that will be implemented aren't too much for us to handle. When a distorted after echo manifests to correct us, I'll be able to pinpoint its whereabouts. Then, I'll use the power of tuning to heal the dreamscape.
So, can I take it that rules are meant to be broken now?
That was such a good reference to me! I am the protagonist and this is my catchphrase. The rules are meant to be broken. I need to go for some cookies. And some more food. Okay, I'm back. Hi. Cookie! Carol is showing off like usual. What's under?
Do not discard trash in trash cans. This is absurd. Did you make this rule too?
Children tend to be fascinated by such paradoxes. I was no exception.
Forget it. I don't even know how to joke about this. Well, what do you suggest we throw in?
Anything will do!
Something's happening. What is this? A woodcutter's trash can?
We're not breaking enough rules. We should look elsewhere, too.
Wait, I think like I failed. They said don't throw trash into trash can, so I was supposed to throw the trash, but I blanked out and I was like, so I can't throw trash.
Please do not use Soul Glad bottle caps sold by the Dream Jolt troupe while experiencing the attractions. The Dream Jolt troupe, where? Are they hiding or something? Oh, there it is. Found a good hiding spot, didn't ya? Come on, let's buy some bottle caps from it.
Just one moment.
Let me translate that for you. Who are you trying to pay with your spare change?
Ugh. I'm afraid you're going to have to handle this if it isn't enough.
Handle this? Handle what? Wait, is that really all you've got on you?
May I remind you that I am currently on the run?
You know what is the funny part? That Sunday was the one who put that awful thing on Aventuring. But now, he kinda, what happened to him after we won, kinda seems to be the same. What happened to Aventuring? Like, he was captured and was in chains. He was not a slave, but the imagery is the same. Then he was released by Jade to protect Aventuring. And now he's a fugitive. Which is also true, to some extent, for Aventuring when it comes to his planet.
Whew. Luck's on our side. Looks like we scraped together just enough. Shall we give this capsule machine a try and see what happens? Nothing's off so far. Maybe we should open the capsule?
You shouldn't have done that, since warnings have proven futile. Punishment is now inevitable.
They can't be seriously going that far, right? Oh, no. Hey, look out!
No matter.
Destined for oblivion.
Converge and awaken!
I have something for you.
Let's settle this. Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead return! Receive divinity. Repay.
On the still waters of oblivion, you won't get away. I weep for the departed.
I weep for the departed.
You won't get away. Time for an overhaul.
Human creations! We came together.
Barely felt it.
Perhaps you still... Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
Let's settle this.
Free will, or I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. Destined for oblivion.
I see through you.
You chose the wrong.
I have something for you.
Oh, did they have to do that? They could have just recalled the capsule.
Perhaps making the attractions no longer just attractions is another corrective measure?
Aren't the rules being too finicky with words?
Enough. The location of the distortion is nearby.
The after echoes of order, once distorted, only add to the chaos. As a tuner, Sunday can easily discern where the harmony of Dreamscape has been disrupted.
Stream forth, the gleam of old...
Oh, there it is. Huh. It does look somewhat like you.
Time for it to disappear for good. Reveal thyself unto me, as is customary. All creatures endowed with eyes bear souls of equal worth.
Whoa. It worked. The IPC totally should have sent someone to keep an eye on you. Aren't they worried that you might make a comeback in Penacony and grow a new pair of wings?
So long as there remains a need for me to keep a low profile, I'm no threat to them.
That's true. Come to think of it, you had always been in the spotlight, be it as a respected member of the elite or a leader. When was the last time you fell into the mud? All the way back during your childhood days?
Sometime before I turned 6. Like most boys would, I tried to fly with my ear feathers, only to fall into a pit. I almost broke my halo.
What?
That was sarcasm, in case you didn't realize. But whoa, you actually remember something like that?
You never forget times of failure. It's only human nature.
Ugh, you're probably the only one who'd consider something like that a failure. What is it this time?
Just looking back.
But nothing's there.
That's the whole point of revisiting a place. When I look at everything here, the memories are so fresh, it's as if it all only happened yesterday. When the younger me tasted failure here, I ran myself ragged to fix the mess. I thought myself no longer the same person as before. But it looks like I was just going round in circles. I'm glad for this chance to look back on my past in this way. Come now. We should go. This will be a long farewell.
So, where are we heading next?
OT Mall. There are bloodhounds stationed along the way, though. It might be better to take a quieter route.
I don't mean to meddle, but I'd advise you to stay away from that place.
Ooh, well.
Did something happen?
There isn't any concrete information yet, but anomalies have been reported around the area. The family is currently investigating. You okay?
I'm fine. The Stellaron incident may have been quelled, but who is to say that nobody has another agenda? Thanks for the tip, sir. We'll make a detour. May you stay safe, too.
Hold on.
Can you see through?
Sweet dreams are technically safe, but it would be wise to look out for oncoming vehicles.
Thank you.
Did he see through? Call me the paw! Call me what?
That was no ordinary passerby. It's a miracle that he didn't see through your disguise.
The Astral Express should have departed a long time ago. Why is he still in Penacony?
We are stuck.
We needn't change our plans because of him. But be sure to keep your guard up. I hope nothing terrible has fallen upon Penacony while I was in captivity the last few days.
Few days?
It's time we set off. Let's not stick too close to each other. Just
Few
in case.
days?
A few feet or so between us will do.
How? Why? Few days?
Seems I let my wishful thinking get the best of me. Will you at least give me a chance to explain?
I will, but before I do...
Ooh.
Put your hands behind your back and answer my questions in short sentences.
So he did see through! Well, that's so cool!
Short sentences?
I need to make sure your words aren't concealing any dangerous incantations.
Ooh, nice.
I can't believe I've left everyone with such a peculiar impression of me. Please, believe me when I say that I didn't come back here with ill intent. Penacony will never experience the Order again, either.
I wish that it was animated though, like, this is such a cool scene, like, well, suddenly appearing behind you and putting his cane in your back and stopping you from moving.
I'm afraid I won't be taking your words at face value, not after how you wielded the power of harmony. Answer me. What are you doing here?
Looks like there's only one way to gain your trust. Come on out, 1 week. We found ourselves an ally.
So, it was the IPC that freed you.
My sister has likely made an agreement of some sort with them. As for how I'm able to move around freely in Penacony, I have 1 week to thank for that. As you can see, I've only returned to my home to bid it farewell. Would you be kind enough to give me a chance to say goodbye, so that I may leave without regrets?
Agreed. But, until you leave Penacony for good, you're to stay by my side.
You have my gratitude.
I left my home in a hurry, too. I know how it feels.
Oh,
That said, I can't make this call by myself. My companions need to know about this, too.
The Astral Express crew is in Penacony too?
Come with me. We'll go find them. You come along, too.
Okay, okay. Boy, this is gonna be a party.
We're here. They should be somewhere nearby.
Mr. Yang, if you don't mind, there's something that puzzles me. Now that the crisis on the planet of festivities has been averted, shouldn't the Astral Express have departed to continue on its trailblazing journey? Why have you and your companions stayed behind in Penacony? Could it be that someone stirred up trouble after I left?
And if that were indeed the case?
I doubt I'm in any position to be proposing ideas, but I'm happy to defer to the Nameless and aid with any plans you may have.
There's no need to worry. All is well in Penacony. Our reason for lingering here is a certain unusual passenger.
A passenger?
The Express has been commissioned to send a passenger back home. We're just resting up in Penacony for a while before we depart.
By passenger, do you mean this lady here?
wait, what?
Or these ladies?
What is happening?
This... how?
You're finally here, Mr. Yang. We have a huge problem.
Uh-huh. I don't like what happened. Meanwhile, the Radiant fell far.
Isn't it fascinating how variables never fail to find their way into the lives of organic life forms?
Are you trying to woo us with your sciencey talk? Neither did I expect to see you here in Penacony, Mr. Screwlum. I had assumed the Genius Society wasn't invited to the festivities.
I have no interest in the Harmony's celebration, so it's only natural for me to turn down the invitation. But it looks like my decision also cost me the front row seat to all of your exciting adventures. Conclusion: there is likewise a downside to pursuing reason.
I'm sure if all of you Genesis showed up to the Charmony Festival, things would have been very much different.
I hear that the Astral Express has established a collaboration with the Garden of Recollection for your next destination.
They did suggest a destination, but that was all. Did you hear this from Madame Carta? It's a world beyond the knowledge of the Nameless, after all. I wrote to her hoping that the all-encompassing erudition could provide us with some information.
Could there be more to it?
Yes, there is something else. Miss Black Swan said Amphorius is a world influenced by 3 paths, and the erudition is one such path.
Logic. The average Pathstrider wouldn't leave any trace behind in the Garden of Recollection's mirror.
You're right, so this has to be related to the Emanators, or perhaps even the Eons. That's why I wanted to know if the geniuses had any clue about it.
It's a pity we do not communicate much within the society. Not to mention we've lost most of our members to the Lord of Silence. I have never heard of Amphorius, however.
Who is Lord of Silence, though? Madame Herta said the same, but it did pique her interest, and she agreed to do a little digging. My guess is that there is a chance the Garden of Recollection is behind it. She has always had keen interest in the remembrance technology, after all. It's also thanks to her that we got to make Miss Ruan's acquaintance a while back. We even went into the Kalenga Abyss to bring a Leviathan's carcass back for our new friend, speaking of her. This is far too much an understatement, but none of us ever expected to see an old friend at Miss Ruan.
That Foxian girl has indeed been through an unimaginable turn of events. I suppose that's the fate you organic life forms are bound by.
Wait, what? When did that happen? Did I miss something when I wasn't playing for the last 6 weeks? Yeah, a band that truly runs.
So, is it out of goodwill that the Astral Express volunteered to send her back home?
Would the nameless see a point in keeping word and favors apart? It's her request. She hopes to make a brief stop somewhere to reframe her mindset before returning to the central, considering her unique position in their life.
Looks like this is one exceptional passenger. Don't you have to accompany her then, Miss Himiko?
My companions are with her. They know Miss Kim better anyway. Plus, those youngsters will definitely do a better job than me when it comes to vacation. They're probably having a wonderful time.
So, is anyone gonna tell me what's going on?
I would want to know too. I feel like I get the recollection of this. He was revealed to be alive. The same update for the station. In her first introduction, Kim Yoon was revealed to be an impostor impersonated by the Lord Ravager Phanthelia, and presumed deceased after her body disappeared. The real Pinyon was later found by Ruan Mei in the wreckage of a Whistling Flames ship and brought back from the brink of death as Fugu. What is Fugu? Fugu, the one who forgot to return home, is an upcoming playable character. A tactful Hokkien girl whose appearance, name, and identity have all been stolen. The fates have left her a threat of chance of survival, yet the brunt of destruction still readers her conversation. The one in a cube who has experienced life and death and is given a new life, when would she be able to return home? Oh. So she... Okay, this is very difficult. Fire, utility. So she was reborn as a 5-star.
March?
Oh, about that. Why don't you ask her instead? She knows how to present things logically.
Me? Apparently, there are many Tinions here with us. I'm gonna have to break that stereotype you have of me.
You don't have to tell him that. He can see for himself. Forget it. I'll tell you. We walked around with Miss Ting-Yoon for a while after separating from the rest. But then we ran into something... weird.
Did something happen in the dreamscape?
Actually, it's more like it was someone's fault. We met a Pepeshi filming a Try Not to Laugh challenge, and he gave us some of his candy. A type of candy that's supposed to make you fall over laughing.
So that sort of try not to laugh challenge.
I didn't really want to do it, but she insisted on us giving it a shot. That's how we got into this problem.
What happened?
We failed the challenge terribly. I still wanted more candy. Behold the Laughing Maniac March 7.
Oh, come on, stop interrupting. So, we had some candy, and we're so happy we rolled around on the ground for a bit before standing up. But once we did, we realized Miss Ting-Yoon ate the candy too. But she only sneezed nonstop. Achoo! Achoo! Sneeze after sneeze. And before we knew it, she multiplied into several Ting-Yoons right in front of us.
What's your take on this?
The dreamscape is a Memoria world. It is likely the candy triggered her hypersensitive mind, causing scattered memory fragments to dissociate and become entities themselves. There is no cause for concern. We've experienced similar incidents from time to time in the sweet dream.
Mr. Yang? Who's this?
It's okay. You can reveal yourself now.
I was only being careful, or we would have been stopped by the Bloodhounds more than once on our way here. Help me remove my disguise. 1 week.
It's been a while, everyone.
You! What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Mr. Yang, have you turned on us? Am I still dreaming?
Everyone, stay calm. I'll explain. I believe that at this point, Sunday has no reason to be dishonest. But to prevent any unforeseen complications, I'll be accompanying him everywhere he goes until he leaves Penacony. Mr. 1 Week here is an old acquaintance of Sunday's.
Pleased to meet you, fair lady. And you, of course. You're the heavyweight who pummeled this control freak.
I'm not one to boast about past feats. He was a worthy opponent. Nah, it was a team effort.
The surprises just keep pouring in. First there was Miss Acheron, and then Miss Ting-Yoon. Why does it seem like Mr. Yang always comes back with some extraordinary guests?
Let's leave this discussion for later. For now, we should be focusing on returning Miss Ting-Yoon to her normal self.
That's not gonna be easy. You'll see what I mean, Mr. Yang. These Ting-Yoons aren't exactly easy to communicate with.
Miss March 7th, have you taken the time to consider my suggestion?
Your suggestion? Oh, wait. Which Miss Ting-Yoon are you again?
It's me! I'm the one who wants every Ting-Yoon to come together to form the Ting-Yoon Merchant Guild. How often do you get the chance to work with yourself? Just imagine how in sync we'll be with one another. We're bound to thrive and prosper. I know, we can't leave the dreamscape to trade with the outside world, so that's where you come in, Miss March 7th. Your wits surpass many others, making you the perfect person to handle liaison negotiations on our behalf.
I guess I can consider it. I hope everything goes smoothly for your guild. There. Now do you see what I mean, Mr. Yang?
There does appear to be an element of her talking to herself.
I want to clone copies of myself too! Ha, Miss Ting-Yoon's got a sense of humor these days.
Hey! You better not be referring to the part about my wits surpassing many others.
Mr. Yang mentioned the Express's next voyage is to send a passenger back home. Could this lady be from the Xianzhou Alliance?
Yes, more specifically, the Xianzhou Luofu.
The Luofu? Didn't the Antimatter Legion launch an ambush on the Luofu some time ago? Was she one of the few survivors?
Quite the contrary. She might have been the person closest to the eye of the storm.
Looks like there's a lot more to this story.
Story for another time. As host of the Dreamscape, do you have any suggestions for fixing this problem?
I don't have much to go on now. Perhaps we should talk to the other Miss Ting-Yoons here.
Visionary Ting-Yoon. Flower enthusiast. Fully Ting-Yoon, and the last one is Silver Tongue.
That sounds nice. People never forget a personally prepared home-cooked meal. But then again, gifts should be lasting. What about a delightful new bouquet of flowers on the table each day? Wouldn't they do a better job at brightening up someone's day?
By definition, flowers are not long-lasting gifts.
That sounds like a good idea. If we really want to do this right, though, it's the thought behind the gift that truly matters. The more thought goes into the gift, the better the recipient feels it. She makes a valid point, too.
You sure have a way of not offending anyone.
These three Ting-Yoons don't look like they'll be reaching a conclusion anytime soon. We won't be able to get a word in.
So, what do you think, Sonny?
Lord.
Let's try a different name, my dear friend.
Oh, don't we sound chummier that way? I took a leaf out of this Foxian girl's book.
The problem with Miss Ting Yun is just as I suspected before. That prank shattered her into notes that are each a part of her.
My cat communicates with me in meow. What do you want?
In other words, it means the Ting Yuns we see here are all different aspects of her psyche.
We have to collect them all like Pokemon!
Okay. You just made it sound a whole lot more complicated.
No! It's not complicated at all. You just need to become the best trainer.
At any rate, this is a known occurrence across the dreamscape. Tuning could be the way to fix it. The only problem is that these Miss Ting Yuns are too caught up in their own world. Is there one we can properly speak with?
One that we can speak with? Oh, I think there is one. But it may take me a while to identify her.
I wonder what her name is. This is so weird. Money grabber. Sleepwalking teen.
I'm walking in the street and what a weird dream.
Ugh, this Miss Ting Yun looks like she's sleepwalking. Nope, not her.
Okay, there are no more Tinions here. There's Money Grabber Tinion. Invincible Fun Wielder Tinion and Kitty Tinion. What the fuck? She seems completely oblivious to everything else and is just standing there, continuously operating the cash skewer, occasionally letting out an excited laugh.
Why do I feel like it's not gonna be a wise move to interrupt her? Huh? Ugh, yikes! She's scary! No, I won't be able to talk to her.
Kitty?
Huh? You can't fly? Why? I can. I can fly. A long time ago, a big girl flew with me really high into the sky. I'll take you next time. Pinky promise? Should we get someone to watch over her?
Nah, I think she's perfectly fine on her own. The childlike innocence that adults have is a lot more resilient than you can imagine.
Even if that's true, it doesn't apply to her.
I can't find the one and only Tinion. All of those has a name. Visionary Tinion. Do you have a name? No. I can't find Tinion where to find.
Once again, another moment of peace has passed golden hour by. And that concludes the news. I wish you all safe and sound dreams.
There's no more Tinions that I can ask about. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh, were you all looking for me? Oh, were you all looking for me?
Found her! If I remember correctly, this Miss Ting Yun's trait is
It's nothing special, really.
Somewhat normal, Tinian. There she is. So this is also side of Miss Tinian.
She ought to meet your one we can properly speak with requirement, right?
Worth a try. My lady, if I may, I wish to perform a tuning on you.
Before you start, you should know that we're keeping our eyes on you. If you even think about taking Miss Tingyun hostage.
Brace yourself for gravitational disintegration. Know that there are 4 pairs of eyes between the 3 of us. Remember, we are the most formidable people in all of Penacon.
It is not my intention to provoke you. Perhaps, as assurance, we can have my friend here perform the task in my stead. 1 week has a higher mastery of the harmony than I do.
That is true.
If you still have concerns, you are also free to restrain me while he performs the tuning.
There's no need for that. You're acting so sincere. I'm actually surprised.
Are you all right with this, Miss Tingyun?
I go as the wind blows, so you may decide for me.
Then kindly forgive our intrusion. Please do your best, 1 week.
What? What?
What the... Did any of you hear a voice just now?
A voice?
Never mind.
Look! It's working!
I don't like that voice.
Never did I expect that every encounter with you would always be in moments of distress. Did I conduct myself improperly?
Miss Tingyun! You're finally back!
Sexy lady!
You may be small, but you're pretty amazing. Huh? What's wrong?
It's nothing. Just a trivial matter.
Is Fantasia still part of her in some way?
What do you sense?
I should have let you handle it yourself. This girl is not as ordinary as she appears. I nearly died. Just now.
What? What? Darkness descends before the eye.
Don't be afraid.
What?
What is this place? No matter what you see, you only need to remember one thing. You're not alone. Who are you? And who am I? Is that where I came from? And where does this path lead?
Temporarily added. You can make changes in the lineup menu.
That looks so familiar. Does she want to lead me somewhere?
The life support pod is ready. There were only minor issues.
That's great. Otherwise, that person from the Xianzhou might not be able to hold on much longer.
You're still trying. There's no precedent for saving someone who was destroyed by a Lord Ravager. Will it even work?
Ooh, wait, what? She was destroyed?
I'm not a genius, so I don't understand the logic behind it. But if she says it's possible, then it must be.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where I am? Can they not hear me? This girl is...
Observation log day 6. Though extremely rare, the observed subject has started to provide short answers for some simple questions, even though her condition is still in a chaotic state. From what has been observed so far, she is not incapable of composing long and complex sentences. However, an unbearably intense pain would immediately attack her with high frequency, enough to interrupt her thoughts or even render her temporarily unconscious. The relevant information should be delivered to Madame Ruan Mei for her to decide whether the observed subject's senses should be temporarily numbed before conducting the questioning. Correction. We have temporarily blocked the subject's various senses and are trying as much as we can to alleviate their pain. No further questioning will be made until the body's repair has made some progress. Until then, this is a record of the questions that the observed subject has already answered. First, what is your name? The subject replied within 3 seconds. Tin Yun. Second, what did you encounter? The observed subject spent a substantial period of time in rumination before suffering from intense pain and losing their consciousness. After being questioned 4 times, it can be confirmed that the observed subject knows about the related details but struggles to elucidate that knowledge during the limited period of cocaine.
Ting Yun. What a familiar name. Do I know her?
Don't question it. Keep moving forward.
It's you again. Who's talking to me?
These are wounds left by the destruction. They have taken root within your body and cannot be removed.
The destruction? I don't understand. Please, who are you? And why won't you show yourself?
I can't go to you. All I can do is wait for you to finish walking this path.
You want me to go through here? Do I have to fight it?
There's no need for that. It's too dangerous, and you can't do it anyway. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Try to coexist with it. Think of it as feeling your own scars.
My scars? Wait! Is this called coexisting?
Don't worry. As I said before, you're not alone.
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
We came together.
Let's seize this fine moment.
Cloud scattered.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
On the still waters of oblivion.
Together as one. Human creations.
Dream vanished. Let's seize this fine moment. Share good fortunes.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Cloud scattered. Dreams of a past life are now all. Let us dance once more.
Another journey begins on the still waters of oblivion.
Have we met? Dream vanished.
I see through you.
I'll see you off.
All things human creations.
Unite our goals.
You chose the wrong enemy.
The dead return!
Destined for oblivion. Again.
Yin and yang. A quick divination.
No holding back. Cloud scattered.
I'll see you off.
That's half the work. On the still waters of oblivion.
Have we met? Dream vanished. No holding back.
How can it be? Why are there still so many of them? The ones from before weren't defeated either? As I said before, you can't defeat them. No one can. You can fall into the darkness and die alongside these scars of the destruction. Or bring them with you when you return to the world here. These are your two choices.
This one may always have a baby face.
Return to the world? What are you saying? Oh. No wonder those two ignored me. Am I just a wandering spirit now? Close, but not quite. So, I'm trapped between life and death? Existing in a limbo? You can think of it that way. Based on what you said, even if I should wake up, these wounds that caused my death will remain on my body and never heal? I don't understand. You appear to be trying to save me, Benefactor. But why are you telling me all this? It's a habit of mine. I believe everyone should have the right to choose whether they wish to return to this world or not.
Be that as it may, I don't remember anything. There's nothing to help me make a choice.
That doesn't matter. I believe the desire to live was born from nothing to begin with.
Don't tell me this is part of your experiment.
You may also prove yourself to be the exception. I would also be pleased with that result.
How troublesome. But I suppose that's part of living.
Survival or destruction is no longer a choice for you. They both now grow along the same path. And only by walking this path will you break through the darkness and arrive at my side. Feeling more awake? Congratulations. You attained your very first victory in this tug of war. It's a good start.
This is...
Let me explain. You were attacked by a Lord Ravager. By all rights, you should not have survived. But someone didn't agree with that assessment, and it just so happens I was able to fulfill his request.
What about the other merchants?
What do you mean someone?
I don't know.
Why me?
Because you were the most unfortunate. You fell into the hands of that Lord Ravager, who destroyed your body and spirit. Yet, you were also the most fortunate. Her desire to claim everything about you for herself meant she needed time, so you were spared instant annihilation. There is only a fine line between resurrection and escaping death. Yet, they couldn't be more different. If you had truly died, I would have been powerless to do anything for you.
I'm sorry, what? What is the logic that this world is following? Her body and spirit were destroyed. So how can you say she is alive? Like, the soul survived? But apparently, spirit and the soul are two different concepts.
My body feels strange.
I'm sorry. I can't let you regain your ability to feel just yet. You'd be in excruciating pain. Your body was contaminated by the destruction and suffered severe damage. As I said before, these wounds will stay with you for the rest of your life.
Didn't you just say that her body was destroyed? So, was destroyed or contaminated? That are two different things.
To prevent its resurgence, I made some minor modifications to your body. Or more specifically, your tail.
Oh, that's why it's painful.
You'll have to learn to adapt to it. Unfortunately, the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity.
Regardless, I'm grateful to you for saving my life.
There's no need for that. This was merely a transaction. With this, the debt between the traveling merchant and me is clear.
Debt?
Who? Don't worry about it. You should sleep for a little longer. By the time you wake up, you won't remember any of these details. I'll arrange for someone to send you home. Which reminds me, you seem to have some dependable friends with close ties to you.
Yeah, the friends that you made when you weren't yourself because it was Celia and not you. What do you see? Where do you see? Okay, it was not.
You should go with them. It can only help with your recovery to hear more about your past.
But we don't really know her that well. We knew Celia instead of her.
Are you alright?
Did I pass out?
Only for a little while. It's okay, you didn't end up in the black tree. We were just about to make a memorial portrait of you.
The tuning rebounded and affected 1 week instead. This is no ordinary woman.
I suppose there's no point in hiding it from you anymore. Miss Ting-Yun is originally from the Xianzhou. She had an unfortunate encounter with a Lord Ravager who robbed her of her identity and left her on the verge of death. While she miraculously escaped with her life, her body suffered terrible injuries beyond all power to heal.
But something happened to change that outcome?
Yes, a genius got involved. She's very accomplished in the field of life sciences and managed to grant Miss Ting-Yun a shot at survival. After that, she asked the Express to escort Miss Ting-Yun back home. We made a stop at Penacony along the way, partly to allow her some time to convalesce.
Really? Weren't those things like happening simultaneously? I feel like we arrived at Penacony at the same time when we were also visiting Xianzhou at the time because of the warden. It happened at the same time.
I'm so sorry. I thought no one would be affected if I hid inside a dream. I didn't expect so many mishaps to happen.
That's all right. So long as nobody was hurt. Can I get something to drink? I feel like I've been asleep for 10 years.
That's fine. We should find another place to talk anyway. We drew some attention with that commotion earlier.
Birthday offer.
So glad again. I'm a local, you know.
You'll have to make do.
In any case, I must thank the both of you for your assistance.
It was nothing. Now that the matter with Miss Ting-Yun is resolved, are we meeting your other two companions next?
There's no need for that. Mr. 1 Week is in poor condition, so let's wrap up your farewells first. I'll leave Miss Ting-Yun in your hands.
Uh-huh. But, Mr. Yang, the messenger from the Xianzhou is almost here. You're not coming with us?
I trust that you can handle it. Besides, Himiko will be there. She'll be able to handle any decisions should you run into any difficulties.
Okay. We better hurry then. This is ridiculous! How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
It took me so much work to stay so safe.
Where are you planning to go next?
Could you give me some time to think about it?
Well.
Shall we keep going then?
Where are we going?
Did you forget already? Miss Ting-Yun is going back to the Alliance, so we're here to help her pick out souvenirs.
I'm not too familiar with this planet. I'm worried an unscrupulous cutthroat merchant will try to take advantage of me. Luckily, the people I want to buy these gifts for are friends you already know on the Xianzhou. So I'll be counting on both your stakeholder intuitions for recommendations.
As if a merchant could seriously take advantage of you.
No, I already picked up a few gifts earlier. So that means there's only 3 more left to go. But we've already lost a lot of time. So we'd better not drag our feet.
Can I drive it without a license?
I'm really craving some half-price.
How are the tickets sold out already?
I really love Clocky.
Become part of the family. Raisin Black.
Give him a kid's meal.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Hello there. It's my first time visiting the Dreamscape, so I wanted to buy some local specialties as souvenirs for my friends back home. My 2 friends here are more familiar with the Dreamscape and recommended your shop, so I'm here to take a look.
Wow, you really know how to flatter. Go ahead. Browse all you like.
First we have Lady Fuxuan of the Divination Commission. What do you think best suits her?
Brother Hanu Launcher, Clocky Aima, Unicycler.
Can you picture her driving? It looks cool, but it's probably not a good idea.
Clocky Aima?
Did you pick that because of her third eye?
Lol.
A meticulously thought out and interesting suggestion. It'll make for a novel gift. Let's go with that. Next is General Jing Yuan.
Pillow. Sam Penaconi shares Team Joy memoir film reel. Sent him a division of elite fighters.
Come to Clock Studios theme park to learn more about the history of the planet of festivities. I think the General will like this gift.
Yeah, he's so lazy he'll come.
Finally, we have Lady Bailu of the Alchemy Commission. She loves excitement.
So glad syrup, hamster ball night therapy, club, flip, Halovian wings accessory.
You carry yourself with such dignity and grace, but you still have the heart of a child. Lady Bailu loves these types of accessories. Let's go with your suggestion.
What?
That's all of them. Please wrap them up for me.
Okay, so I know Jin Yuan and Bailu better than I know who's one.
Thanks to both your help, everything went smoother than I expected. And it looks like we still have some time to spare.
Why don't we pay another visit to the Dreamscape sales store? You can find memory bubbles pretty much anywhere, but Penacony's dream bubbles are extraordinary. Even if we don't get them as gifts, we can keep them as souvenirs for ourselves.
A souvenir for myself? That's definitely an idea I can get behind. But there's one more thing I wish to do. Since this is our last stop, could I have a word with you two in private? Perhaps somewhere more secluded. I'd like to discuss a personal matter.
Okay. I'm suddenly suspicious. Ow.
Everything you want, we have.
This is a good spot.
Miss Ting Yoon, what's this about?
You've looked out for me during our travels together these past few days. I'm truly grateful and can't thank you enough. But there are some things I find difficult to forget. I feel it's only right that I tell you what's on my mind before we part ways. Do you two still remember what it was like when you first saw me?
How could we forget? She was so shocked. She was frozen in place when she shouted.
Tingyun, how? Pantelia, how? Sparkle, how?
Exactly. And that's precisely why I haven't been able to shake off this strange feeling in the days since I started traveling with you. When I asked for your names, I couldn't help but think that this first encounter was actually a long-awaited reunion for you. I've heard about what happened to you on the Xianzhou. And I've got to admit that Phantilia's disguise was so perfect, it was like another me tricking everyone.
Yeah, we couldn't even tell when you were replaced by Phantilia.
I assumed that she was replaced from the start? Like we never actually met the true Tinium, that we actually met Pantelia all along?
I figured it happened when we were after Kafka. You vanished for a while. I thought you must have come back as a double.
But it was much earlier than that.
So I was right.
That thought has me filled with sorrow. As if a piece of my life had been stolen away, and I had no part in it. That's what I've been puzzled about, too. I never actually saw how Phantilia managed to disguise herself as me. What was your impression of that Tingyun, if you recall?
A bit mysterious, a bit dangerous, a bit calculating.
That's just the nature of the Foxians. It's widely known that mystery is the key to our allure. So, what did she seem like to you?
A shrewd merchant, a potential emanator of the distraction.
I'll just assume that's a compliment. Maybe next time you could just say silver-tongued. Was there anything particularly memorable?
High EQ, extremely flexible. March 7 said you were bossy.
Now's not the time for those kinds of jokes.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Is this assumed to be a kinky joke?
Now the final question. In your eyes, am I just like the Tingyun you remember?
No. That's not important.
Wait, don't you find that question a bit weird? You're the real Tingyun. Why compare yourself to an imposter?
Miss March, you might have the wrong idea. I'm just feeling a mix of regret and relief.
Uh-huh.
As a merchant, staying well-informed is crucial. It's only natural for me to stay updated on the events of the Luofu before I return. If I had rushed in and out back then, I wouldn't have been much help. Instead, I would have postponed the trip and sought assistance from allies, but In that case...
we wouldn't have crossed paths.
Exactly. Based on your description, that Lord Ravager was indeed cunning. Her demeanor mirrored mine so closely that it felt like she was living my life for a few days, rather than merely disguising herself. I regret missing out on your Sanjo journey. But everything that unfolded afterward, aside from the scheming, played out exactly as if I'd been there. This leads me to consider another possibility. Phantilia had stolen a piece of my life, and a Foxian always gets even. I will not be taken advantage of. I must take something back from her as well.
Ooh.
But after thinking it over, the only thing that could be considered equal value is the bond I have with all of you.
Aww.
That thought has brought me great comfort. And now I know how to speak to you properly.
Aww.
We've never even met before, and here you are, offering your help, just as before. I should have treated you with respect, but fear of Phantilia made me act like somebody else.
I can see that my avatar is reacting to me screaming here.
And now, I will reclaim everything I have lost. And it should begin with a proper acknowledgement. Dear benefactors, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you.
You're welcome. I'm still a bit confused. It's time to rethink how you see yourself.
Looks like we're off to a good start. Moving forward, I'll definitely be trying more things like this from now on. And you, my dear benefactors, will be my source of courage.
Miss Ting-Yoon, that's way too over the top. Just don't make any risky decisions. It might overwhelm her.
We'll see. I just hope the Ting-Yoon in your memories won't be tainted by Phantilia anymore. All right, no more questions. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. Let's continue on our way.
A parachute return.
A dream about eons?
Welcome to the Dreamscape Sales Store. Dr. Edward at your service.
I never can shake this feeling that this eye is a reference to finality from the Honkai Impact card. Like, there is the diamond. It looks like this huge fucking... the thing that we fought at the end of the part 1. And that Kiana took control over.
We're looking for some dreams to give as gifts. Something exotic and preferably captivating.
Just a friendly reminder, being too picky won't help you find the best dreams. You just dampen your spirits ahead of time. That being said, there are always some lucky exceptions. Not too long ago, I procured a dream bubble that sounds perfectly. The story unfolds in the Shinjo Alliance, where a young swordmaster strives to become the sword champion. However, his junior Foxian sword, who just turned 100, puts him in a tough spot.
Why does that sound oddly familiar?
Since I'm returning to the Shinjo, I think it's better to choose something unrelated to the Alliance. Feel free to pick a few for me.
I love customers like you. So easy to work with.
So easy to take advantage of, you mean? Just don't pick anything weird, okay?
Oh, speaking of dreamscapes, I have a gift for you, my benefactors. After troubling you all this time, I couldn't leave without properly expressing my thanks. Here's a dream bubble for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Wow. That's really nice of you.
Here are the dream bubbles I've prepared for you. Thank you for your business.
Well, it looks like everything's finally in order. I suppose it's time to head back?
Go to the Radiant Feldspar. Okay, why not? Oh, understand.
I can't believe it's time for Miss Ting Yoon to leave. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet. Yeah, we got delayed on the way. Mr. Yang will explain in detail when he gets back. Has the messenger from the Xianzhou arrived yet?
Yes, we have been chatting for a while. Turns out she's an old acquaintance of yours. Aww. Aww. Yeah, Yukong!
Long time no see, everyone.
Madame Yukong?
I've imagined this moment many times. I was worried I might embarrass myself in front of you. I even rehearsed every word beforehand. But now it seems it was unnecessary. Ting Yoon, I'm here to take you home.
Why does it sound so bad? You two must have a lot to catch up on after being apart for so long. We'll give you some space. That sounds even more gay. As if we're giving them time. Leave them alone together.
Madame Yukong, I wasn't expecting it to be you. What a wonderful surprise.
I wanted to come because, after all, it's you who's coming home.
Yeah, me of all people.
Your body. It's going to be tough from now on, isn't it?
I've already escaped death once. What more could I ask for? Also, it's not all bad. I might even beat you at arm wrestling now.
You're still the same, carefree as always. I have a lot I'd like to tell you, but I'll save it for the road. It's a long journey back to the Luofu. Even if we can't completely rid you of the pain, there must be ways to alleviate it on the Xianzhou.
I have no doubt. But since we're alone here, may I ask you one more thing? Do I really have to go back to the Luofu?
Why? You don't want to?
Despite Fantilia's ruthlessness, she spared me when I should have been eliminated. And why did Miss Ron Mei, who has no ties to the Xianzhou, go out of her way to save me? It seems as if I've become a pawn in someone else's game.
There are people within the Alliance who also believe that the suspect is now on the Yuchua.
If that's the case, it's all the more reason for me not to return to the Luofu and complicate things. I might as well take advantage of this situation.
Take advantage of the situation? What do you mean?
Right now, the marks of ruin inside me maintain a delicate balance.
Moreover, they were created by Phantilia herself. If possible, please inform the General and arrange for me to meet with the Marshal. Maybe this body of mine can help the Alliance get one step closer to the Xianzhou's enemies.
When Ron Mei visited the Luofu earlier, she mentioned what happened to you. This coincided with when the message sent by the Astral Express arrived. The Arbiter Generals concluded that Phantilia did not intend for you to survive. If utilized strategically, this could give the Alliance an element of surprise. If we follow this plan, we must keep your resurrection hidden. But before making any decisions, I want to know what you think. If you wish to go home, I'll support you, no matter what others may say.
Then I'm glad. I shall save you the trouble of hearing what those people may say.
The road ahead is perilous. If you decide to take it, I won't stop you. Maybe I'm being selfish, but I still want to know. Are you choosing this because it's what you really want?
Yeah. Prod her. Make her admit what she wants.
I've come to see myself clearly in this dream journey. Perhaps it's what people call a blessing in disguise. There is someone who can attest to my true intentions. Please follow me. She should be around here somewhere.
Who?
Is that...
Wait. What the fuck are you?
After a strange encounter, I was fragmented into multiple Tingyuns, each embodying a different aspect of my memories. And one of them hasn't returned to me, because she ventured too far. Until now.
What?
You mean her? What is she doing?
She's captivated by something that has deeply mesmerized me. As a fleeting emotion, she's no different from a newborn. Her boarding this ship was solely down to her inner impulse. Madame Yukong, do you remember? Perhaps that was just an ordinary flight for you, but for a certain child, that was her first experience with the sky.
Of course I remember. Back then, you were still young enough for me to carry.
Aww. That's cute.
You probably still can. Want to give it a try?
I'm afraid you'd be too heavy for me now.
Just kidding.
I remember you kept begging me to take you to the star skiff, and even dreamed of becoming a pilot. But once you were airborne, you were so nervous that you clung to others for dear life.
This flight was a turning point in my life. The boundless cosmos unfolded before me. I was completely mesmerized, not just by the view, but by a realization. In this world, there are paths beyond waiting for us to explore. Even though I lacked the talent to pilot the star skiff and wasn't much of a warrior, I still chose to travel around with the Merchant Guild. Even to this day, this thrill still courses through me.
That hasn't changed?
Never. Now I can embark once more on my journey as a traveler of no return, exploring the paths that lie beyond. Speaking of which, how are things with the Whistling Flames?
I've left Yan Ming in charge for now. He's reliable, but he can be a bit extreme, and might not always follow your principles as a traveling merchant.
Yan Ming.
My principles. forsake what others fight for, and take what others abandon. That's the way to navigate the world and achieve my goals. I will continue to uphold my principles. But now I've also learned that while these merchant principles may apply to humans, they falter in the face of the gods.
But this shouldn't fall on your shoulders to begin with. You are simply an innocent survivor in this war.
Madame Yukong, you were once a survivor in the war too, weren't you? In a hazy dream, I vaguely remember someone telling me that the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity. But
weren't you supposed to not remember those?
Madame Yukong, the gods use humans as pawns in their cosmic game, sacrificing countless innocent souls. Have you ever thought about making them pay?
Ooh.
Every moment of every day.
Ooh.
But as inconsequential as we are, how can we escape the fate of being mere pawns?
Ooh. Are we going to stage an insurrection of humans against gods or something?
If I could choose, I would never want you to become a pawn. I just wish you could still be that carefree little fox. Not caught up in this war.
Don't be disheartened, Madame Yukong. Thanks to the favor of the Lord Ravager, I've become a player in this game. Remember, it's often the unassuming pawns, the lone traveler, or the worm that subdues the dragon, that leave even the best strategists helpless.
I wonder what the worm and the dragon are referring to. Like, the first time I see something like this, I don't know what the reference is to.
So, now I'll become a cunning speck of dust and make those masterminds behind the curtains sneeze a few times.
Lol. A moment of silence lingers after that. Parties often indistinguishable from parties. If they are fortunate enough to not step with what, but luck never seems to wait for them. Wait, what? Ah, I didn't read the first one till the end. Also,
Is this place also affected by the Order?
it seems to suggest that Sunday is not favored by luck. Also, when we were shown the picture with Yukong and Kinyon as a child, it made me realize that for people living on the Cienzo, even Foxian, the love that they share with each other is not really comprehensible to us. Like, they are living for so many years that even if one person was an adult and knew a child, 200, 300 years later, they will be both adults with so many years behind them. And it will not be weird for them to end up together. Like, having those pairings in Cienzo is probably not really that weird. Though they also have different norms in accordance to seeing someone as a child. Like, remember that one rule that some books are not to be read by people below 200 years? That sounded as if it was like plus 18 section. So, I don't know if we can assume that you have to be at least 200 years old to be considered adult in Cienzo. But yeah, with human lifespan that only has like 100 years max, you still somehow can have people who one person was an adult, the other was a child, and then they both didn't see each other for like 30 years and then fell in love. Like, there would be still a huge age gap, but they would both have enough years behind their back to make it awkward. But I feel like in those fantasy settings when people live for thousands of years, it's also less weird to some people. Like, there are people who will consider 30 years old dating 45-year-old weird. Like, my mom was dating a guy who was 10 years older than her. And with men, it's also that weird feeling that you are still dating a child, no matter how old they are. Like, they can be 40, 50, 60, and they still behave as if they weren't adults, you know? It just feels weird. The age gaps are complicated. There's like also the grooming that exists, you know, especially in Hollywood. But like I said, in fantasy settings it's a little bit different. Not to mention there's this entire fantasy, like the Twilight version. A teenage girl is dating a several hundred years old guy. I didn't know how to explain this phenomenon until I watched a video and I checked the comment section, and someone said that it's probably because the men in our life who are older than us behave like children, like I said, that a lot of teenage fantasy romances involve romancing guys who are like 300 years old, because at that point they must be mature, yeah? They must have reached maturity. That was the explanation for that phenomenon, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense to some extent. But yeah, what I was saying was basically that I said before that Yukong is very gay for Tinyun, and I don't think that it's weird that she knew Tinyun when she was still a baba. Like, they are like hundreds years old at this point, doesn't matter anymore.
No, I'm just here to bid farewell. I changed my mind along the way. This journey has too many variables, so it shouldn't matter if we add another.
Robin!
How did you know she would be here?
I didn't. I had a hunch and decided to try my luck. It seemed...
It's not like you to leave things to luck.
Wait, what? I just misclicked. I'm sorry,
I didn't. I had a hunch and decided to try my luck. It seems I can be lucky sometimes. I'm trying to change too.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario. Go on ahead.
You're not worried I'll take the opportunity to escape?
I believe you're the kind of person that has the ability and desire to use everything to your advantage. But that everything does not include Miss Robin.
Thank you.
Now then, Mr. 1 Week.
I'm not leaving. No way.
Let him stay. He won't be in the way. I actually need 1 week to be there. She shouldn't be seen talking to a fugitive, no matter the circumstances.
You don't intend to reveal your true identity to her?
Both parties don't have to be aware that this is a farewell. I shouldn't put her at risk for my selfishness.
As you wish.
Shall we go then?
Let's go. Our journey can't begin if I can't take this first step.
Peak memories.
I didn't expect to see you here, Miss Robin.
It's nice to meet you, Miss Rob. May I know your name? Oh, so Robin doesn't have voiceover either.
My name is Wanweek. I'm a member of the Nightingale family.
Oh, you're a Dreamweaver. Thank you for all your hard work. You all are the reason the Dreamscape has been able to recover from the crisis.
You're too kind, Miss Robin. You must be very busy. What brings you here to Dream's Edge?
I'm taking a break. I wanted to find a quiet place to relax. Ideally somewhere where I could see the stars. Before I knew it, I had walked all the way here. I know these stars only exist in the dream, but...
Well, perhaps the dreamscape is not so different from reality. When we look up into the night sky, the stars aren't really there. The glimmering lights we see are merely the images of stars from long ago. So, have we ever truly seen a real sky full of stars?
Oh. I think she realized right now. He must have said something that she remembered. You're very philosophical, Miss Wanweek. You remind me of someone I know. Do you work nearby?
No. Today is my rest day. There's going to be a show later, so I came early to find a good seat.
A show? Here?
It's somewhere farther away. They say it's a farewell performance. The kind that's better to listen to from afar than watch it performed live.
I see. In that case, the observation deck is a good choice. You can see all of Penacony from here. Distance can make some things appear more beautiful.
Miss Robin, may I stay here with you to gaze at the stars before the show begins?
Of course, you don't have to be so courteous. I should be the one asking. This is Dream's Edge after all, and the Dreamweavers are its true masters. Hey, why are you leaving? Weren't you supposed to be here?
Still, these stars are unfamiliar to me. I don't recognize any of them, and it makes me feel uneasy.
What makes you feel uneasy? Wait, what makes you feel this way? Is it because the sky is so far away, or because it's the unknown?
Perhaps it's both. The Stellaron disaster may not have had any real consequences, but many guests still chose to check out. Now the hotel feels quieter than before. It makes me wonder what Penacony's future will be like. I just hope it will not negatively affect you, Miss Robin.
You're too kind. I'll be fine. The disaster was unexpected, but because of it, I was able to witness many pasts and think about many futures. My only real regret is that I left something unsaid.
Did the person you wanted to say them to leave?
Yes, he left in such a hurry that I didn't even get the chance to say goodbye.
Sometimes, what's in your heart doesn't need to be dressed up in words. Maybe he already knows what you wanted to say.
But don't you think we should put in some effort when we want to encourage someone?
If you don't mind me asking, who is it that you wish to encourage?
It's someone who experienced failure recently and is about to embark on a long journey.
There are many such people on Penacony. Failure is like the setting sun to a dream chaser. It's something that happens every day.
This seems almost like trolling.
I believe they all have the willpower to start anew. Especially after receiving a smile from you, Miss Robin.
But he is different. He is stronger than most ordinary people, but because of it, people have this misconception. They think that when he falls, he will stand back up faster than anyone else.
Are you saying that's not true?
It's not, because before he stands up again, he will hesitate and agonize for ages over whether that is the right course of action.
Failure may be a good thing for someone like that. Being able to reflect on one's actions is a valuable quality to have.
You may be right, but I still hope that he will never change.
Why is that?
Because I have faith in the person I remember him to be. He may have taken the wrong approach when he failed, but I don't think he had the wrong intention. We once stood together at the same starting line, but now it's his turn to fly for the stars. I believe he will find the right path, even if he has to do it alone. We don't have to soar into the sky together. But I know we will reunite one day, up there in the sky. Aww.
I hope so.
This 1 week, may I ask a favor? There's a jigsaw here I would like to finish for a leave. If I have the Dreamweaver's help, maybe I will be able to fill in the missing pieces.
A dream jigsaw. I see. I'll do my best.
Don't worry if you can find them. Just think of it as us taking a walk together.
I'm still inexperienced, so let's just hope we get lucky.
This is also the reward of trailblazing.
It seems we've been blessed with good fortune today.
Is this? A scrolled note was left here. May your skies be forever radiant. Seems familiar.
Another Dreamweaver probably left this behind. It's a habit for this profession. They hope to use these blessings as a foundation for the dreamscape. The second jigsaw piece. Is this a pair of wings or a decoration made of feathers?
Maybe it's somewhere in between the two. It's a pair of broken wings.
We should keep looking.
It's okay, let's use this one. Just as before, a note was placed carefully next to the puzzle, like someone got here a step earlier. May your stage be forever lustrous. One more thing, staying fit is important, but don't forget to eat well too. All jigsaw pieces of things.
It's done. have a look.
That painting feels like a blessing and also seems to mirror someone's resolve. Even when the broken wings no longer belong to the sky, the direction in which they fall will still be towards the stars.
Soon, I shall travel to those unfamiliar stars, none of which I recognize. But as long as you continue to gaze upon them from here, then those unfamiliar stars will one day be the place of our reunion.
You still couldn't bear to say goodbye in the end. Maybe I'm stronger than you think. So she knew. You must try to relax on your long journey. Rather.
That didn't seem like a perfect goodbye.
It's enough. I only meant to stay quietly by her side for a bit. But why did you do those unnecessary things?
What things?
Those 2 notes. If someone finds them, they can be used as evidence against her.
Huh. So you can do whatever you want as many times as you want, but I can't? I don't want to live with regret for the rest of my life either.
Live with regret.
Why are you all so depressing today?
We're almost done saying our goodbyes, right?
Yes. We only have one last stop.
Where?
But before we leave, I have a question I'd like to ask you, Mr. Yang. I'm curious. Why did you become a Nameless?
Why the sudden interest?
I always had a feeling that you would never give up on someone who needed help. After spending time with you, I'm even more convinced of this assessment. At this very moment, there are countless worlds above the sky still waiting for the arrival of the Astral Express. Yet you and your companions have chosen to stay here. All for an old friend you never knew, and a notorious fugitive. To trailblaze means to forge ahead. Yet, you stop and spend precious time on people just passing by. All the while you believe this is the natural course of action?
That's not what I think at all. Besides, the watchmaker also made a similar choice.
And because of that, he bid farewell to the Express and never walked among the stars again in his lifetime.
Not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if we leave the Express, some trailblazing paths will still continue. You can think of it this way. The title of Nameless doesn't belong to any one person. Each individual will have their own view of what it means to walk this path and will always try their best, no matter the situation. The goal of my trailblazing is not the unknown world, but every living being who exists under the stars. In my homeland, the name Welt means world. It suggests that each person is a world unto themselves, and that we harbor as many possibilities as the distant stars. The connections I gain on my journey are what is most precious to me.
Aww.
This is my way of the trailblaze and the reason why I decided to stay here.
Why me?
Like I said before, I left my home in a hurry too. I know how you feel right now. I also know that a person will only be able to truly face themselves once they've decided to say goodbye to their past, the same way you're doing right here, right now. There was never a third person with us, was there?
I told you he'd find out.
I should have known nothing could escape your keen eyes. Since you already know 1 week's secret, there's no need for me to build up suspense. Let's go. We'll head straight for the finale and take our final bow in this farewell performance.
But will it be long though? Jesus Christ. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I don't know how long it will be. I want it to be night. I don't want anyone to interrupt us. So I will stop here. We'll say farewell next time. I think. I'm debating now. Yeah, it looks like there's 2 missions between us. And you venture on the A farm. Also wait with the part of the other and the person of survive. Reality is that insect. Found the parallel thing, and there's one more. Let's see what I can write today. I like it. Okay, thank you for dropping by, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye!